Hey, afternoon, guys. Welcome to the weekend edition of the Footybets YouTube channel, Football Predictions. Right? Remember what we always say when we get into it is that we have a target of getting 10,000 subscribers before the end of November. So please do us a favor. Click on the subscribe button below, like this video, and turn on notifications because we'll be releasing videos like this on the regular. Now, let's do a quick recap of the games that we called during the midweek. And guys, it was a bloodbath, man, to say the least. So we called a couple of games, about 17 of them in total, and damn, man, it was a bloodbath, like I said earlier. Starting with the game Cremonese versus Milan, where we are predicted for an away Milan win, because we thought that Milan was trying to close the gap with Napoli. They ended up drawing that game away there. We had games like I'd call games like Liverpool derby as a straight win. Ended up as a 0-0, and then went on to penalty shootouts where Kelleher became the hero on the night. Liverpool did progress to the next round where they'll be facing Man City at the Etihad. Other games that we called Newcastle Crystal Palace as a goal or another 1.5. That game finished 0-0. So that game was another disappointing call. We called Ajax Vitesse as a straight home win. Ajax ended up drawing that game 2-2. We called Lecce Atalanta as a goal or as an over 1.5. And yeah, that one didn't enter, but I was surprised that Lecce won that game there 2-1. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I didn't say it was a bloodbath, but because we had a couple of shocking results there, so or give or take, we were really good. We called about let me just do a quick count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We called about 16 games, and I think we were wrong in about 3 of them. Ajax Vitesse being the really standard one, and probably Milan Cremonese in that one there. So yeah, basically we were good. Got about 3 to 4 of our predictions wrong out of 16 games. I think that's pretty decent. We're still above 70% for the last predictions that we made. So guys, let's really go on to the games that will kick off in the next 30 to 20 minutes. Headlined by Manchester City versus Brentford at the Etihad. I'm not going to say too much there. So long as Haaland plays this game, I expect them to go on and win. Right. The other game at 4 o'clock today will be Liverpool versus Southampton. Liverpool have to finish on the flourish before the World Cup break. Guys, don't forget that this is the last set of fixtures before the World Cup break. And I'm backing Liverpool to beat Southampton at Anfield today, right? Straight Liverpool win there. Tottenham versus Leeds United. Tottenham have been Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They have lost the last 3 Premier League games in the last 4. They lost to Newcastle, they lost to Liverpool. I can't quite remember the other loss there, but it hasn't been smooth sailing of late in the league. Even though they are fourth in the league table there. Against Leeds, I would go for a Tottenham 1x. So that's Tottenham win or draw or a goal. So guys, let me just repeat myself again. Tottenham 1x. So that's a win or draw or a goal because Leeds are, they're quite in good scoring form. They scored 4 goals last week against Bournemouth, and they scored 2 goals the upper week against Liverpool in that shocking victory at Anfield. West Ham United versus Leicester City. I'm not going to call that. I'm going to call Newcastle Chelsea United. I'm going to call that game as a Newcastle 1x. I do expect that Newcastle might just have too much for them. Don't forget that they haven't lost at St. James's Park all season long thus far, right? So Chelsea are in a bit of a patchy form. Lost the game to Arsenal. Lost again in midweek to Manchester City at the Etihad in the Carabao Cup. They have traveled to St. James's Park where Newcastle really have been impressive there. So I'm going for a Newcastle 1x, right? Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal is the last game for today, and guys, we need to say too much there. Straight Arsenal win there, right? In Serie A, we're going for Napoli Udinese. Napoli have been so impressive. They followed up that impressive victory at the weekend against Atalanta. They won that game 2-1 with a convincing victory again against Empoli. I think they won that one 2-0 again. I am backing them to finish on the flourish before the World Cup break by beating Udinese. Udinese are falling off the rails in the last 3 weeks there. They did start Serie A on an impressive note, but over the last 3 weeks to 4 weeks, they've fallen off a bit, and that's because it's Gerard Deulofeu. His form has really dropped. He's found it difficult to hit the back of the net over the last couple of games. So yeah, I'm backing Napoli to win this one. Bologna Sassuolo is a very interesting game. Bologna got completely walloped by Inter Milan in midweek 6-1. Sassuolo, I think, got a result against Roma, right? Against Roma, I think they drew that game. So I'm going to go for a goal Bologna versus Sassuolo in this one here, guys. right? Bologna Sassuolo, I'm calling that a goal here. Let's go to games in the Bundesliga for today. Bayern Munich, Schalke 04. So Schalke 04 versus Bayern Munich is an away game for Bayern Munich there. I'm backing them to finish with the flourish. Schalke have been completely abysmal all season long. So yeah, I don't see any form of resistance that they're going to put up here. Straight Bayern win for me. Let's go to games in the Eredivisie. So I called Ajax Vitesse on Wednesday as being a straight Ajax win because I felt that loss to PSV at home would propel them to to a bounce back against Vitesse. Unfortunately, that game ended up as a 2-2 as a goal there. Again, they're facing I expect them to win this one, right? They must have learned from the lessons of the last two games, and they know they need to finish on the flourish before the World Cup break. So yeah, I'm going for an Ajax straight win here. Now let's go to games that will be happening on Sunday, right? Just do it. Let just load. So that will be Fulham versus Manchester United. I expect this one to be a goal. I know Mitrovic is missing for Fulham. I don't expect that Manchester United will lose at the Craven Cottage, right? I expect them to go in there and try and get all 3 points. But I just feel like United's defense have been leaky of late, especially when you've had that injury to Varane. I'm not sure if Maguire starts in this one, but whatever happens, I do feel like Fulham should be able to score in this game, and Manchester United too should be able to score in the game. So I'll go for a goal, stroke, and over 1.5, right? So goal, stroke, over 1.5, or a Man U X2, right? So guys, let's go for in the Serie A tomorrow. Will be Atalanta versus Inter. That's the top draw across Europe's top 5 this weekend. Atalanta lost that game against Napoli last weekend, and they followed up a game with another loss to Lecce in midweek, which to me was really, really shocking. I didn't expect them to lose that game against Lecce. I thought they were going to bounce back. Inter have had a bounce back of some sort. They lost to Juventus last weekend 2-0, and they followed that up with a win against Bologna at San Siro, completely walloping those guys 6-1. Against Atalanta, I'm just going to go for a safe goal. This game is going to have goals, guys. There's no need stressing it. This game is full of goals. So let's play a goal on over 1.5 here. I'm going to then AC Milan, Fiorentina. I expect AC Milan to bounce back here. Fiorentina are very, traditionally very tough nuts to crack for the top boys there. So this game for me will be an AC Milan win or draw. I don't expect them to lose at the San Siro, right? So AC Milan win or draw, right? Juventus Lazio. That's a tough one to crack, man. And Lazio have been impressive, right? Don't forget they beat Roma in the Derby Capitale on Sunday. They beat Roma 1-0, and then they followed that up with a victory against Monza. So Lazio beat Monza 1-0 there. Very slim victory there. Lazio the 1-0 specialist here against Juventus. Juventus I think they won their last 5 in the league. I'll call this game as a Juventus win or draw or a goal. So guys, Juventus Lazio as a win or draw or a goal, right? Juventus win or draw or a goal. I think that's very safe. Paris in Ligue 1, Paris Saint-Germain played on Sunday against FC Auxerre, called out a straight victory for PSG. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Those are the games that we're calling this weekend. It's not going to be much. I didn't want to call too many games because I kind of feel like some teams will not put out their full strength because some of these guys some of these players are scared that they might get injured before the World Cup. So a bit of reshuffling around the park there for so many teams across Europe there. So let's really do a quick recap of the games that we've called for this weekend. We've called PSG Auxerre as a straight win for PSG. We've called Juventus Lazio as a goal or a Juventus X2, right? So goal over 1.5 or Juventus X2. AC Milan Fiorentina, we call that as an AC Milan win or draw, right? We have called Atalanta Inter as a goal or 1 over 1.5. We've called Fulham Manchester United as a goal over 1.5 or United X2 there. For the games on Saturday, we called Arsenal Wolverhampton as a straight win for Arsenal. Liverpool Southampton as a straight win for Liverpool. For Manchester City, we called it as a straight win against Brentford. We've also called Tottenham Leeds as a goal or over 1.5 or Tottenham 1x, right? Newcastle Chelsea, we call it as a Newcastle 1x. Napoli Udinese, we call it as a straight win for Napoli. Bologna Sassuolo, we call it as a goal. and then we called Schalke 04 versus Bayern Munich as a straight victory for Bayern Munich there. So guys, that's pretty much it. Don't forget what I always say is that you should make sure you do your own research. Always very important, make sure you do your own research and only gamble with an amount that you can afford to lose, right guys? So that's pretty much it. So guys, after this weekend, what we will do in midweek will be a sort of review of the top teams' performance so far in their leagues, right? So we're going to be talking about the top teams in England, France, Italy, Spain, and Germany, and their performances in their league so far, and also in the Champions League, right? And we're also going to, going to talk about their approach in the January transfer window, who we think they can bring in to help them, improve the team, either defensively or even on the attacking front, right? So guys, stay tuned and watch out for that video. It's going to drop between Thursday and Friday next week. And then after that, we're going to do a small video that talks about the upcoming games in the World Cup, right? What we think are the favorites, the tactical approaches to, to their World Cup campaign. So guys, that's pretty much it. Stay safe, stay sane. We'll have more Footybets in 4 to 5 days' time. And have a great weekend, y'all. Thank you.